This is going to be a general pick a card reading for the new moon in Capricorn. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. I feel like the new moon in Capricorn is a really special day, and not just because it's a new moon, but because it's the 111 portal. And 111 to me is a very special number, and I know that a lot of people see versions of 111, such as 11, 1111, and of course 111. So I figured let's do a pick a card reading just to see what information you need to know about this time. So with this new moon in Capricorn, you might be feeling the desire to plan. You know, I've been saying a lot lately about, who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And that's just setting intentions. I'm not all about New Year's resolutions. I'm about intentions. I want you to set some intentions and see where they take you. That's the important thing, and to adjust accordingly as you go. So take a second to look at these decks and see which one you're drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one, all three. It's totally up to you. Take it as it resonates. But I want you to take a moment and think about which deck you really resonate with, whether that's the color, that's the imagery. Again, totally up to you. Now, the thing that I think is really important to note about this time of year and this astrological time is that Mars is in Capricorn, which means it's time to get some things done, right? You might be thinking about what work you need to do. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, which means self-starter, initiating something. So this is a really nice energy to drive yourself forward. Now, on top of that, Venus is still in Sagittarius, which means that there's this, sense of freedom and seeing where things take you, maybe even going on an adventure. And that's why I say setting intentions, because you don't know where those intentions can take you. And you should avoid trying to plan every detail, because that's trying to control the outcome. Now, if you want to manifest something, it's okay to believe that you already have it and to feel the emotions of it or the feeling of having it. But you have to be careful that you don't set yourself to the point where you're so narrowly focused on one thing that nothing else can come into your energy. That's why I say set the intention, feel what you feel, but allow anything that's meant to come into your vicinity happen, because it could be the best thing that ever happens to you. Okay, so let's take a look at the energies. I'm going to put these other decks to the side, and we're going to start with deck number 1. Okay, so if you chose deck number 1, this is a Moonology deck, and let's take a look at the overall themes for your reading. And we have here patience. Wow, everybody's favorite word. I always feel like when I see this card, it's like this cacti, plural, is giving the finger, and I kind of giggle at it every time. But listen, the truth of the matter is patience is a virtue. It is key. We need to have patience. We need to trust the process. So yes, we can laugh a little bit at this cacti showing the finger. However, there's truth to it. Trust the process. Trust their process if this is about a relationship. See, there's the mystery. Oh boy. Trusting the process really is a mystery, because you have no way of knowing what's going to come your way. And let's see what else we need to know. Support. You are divinely guided. Everything's going to be okay. You just have to believe that everything is going to be okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at what's going on in your headspace, your heart space, and spiritually throughout this new moon in Capricorn and 111 portal. So let's see what's going on mentally for you. Well, 8 of Swords, a lot is going on mentally because you're overthinking. You're overthinking everything. Okay, that's the illusion of mental entrapment, and you've got to have the strength and the courage to push yourself forward and stop focusing on every little detail. This is what I was saying about planning. You can't possibly plan every detail. And now you're in the 9 of Swords energy, which is telling me that you are worried and anxious about what's coming your way. Sorry, I got a kitty that wants to jump into the reading, of course. And let's see what else. Ace of Swords. There is truth and there is clarity. It's coming. but you have to trust the process. Okay, let's take a look at your heart space. What do you need to know? And there is the Three of Pentacles, the famous card in this deck where it looks like somebody's contemplating something. You know, it's interesting that this would come up in the heart space because it's almost like somebody wants to reach out or have a conversation or initiate some sort of reunion. And you can see the candle burning, the spirit or the smoke kind of going into the air where it's like something is brewing. A little black kitty in the background watching. Something's brewing here in this concoction. You just know that something is coming. You just can't put your finger on it. No pun intended over here. You got to trust the process. Okay. There's the Nine of Pentacles. This is about feeling good in your own skin. This is essentially saying self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. And you've got to get out of the conflict, you know, the should I, shouldn't I, or the battling of moving forward. You know, I always talk about this as fighting the shift. And with that, we have here the Five of Cups. So you're having a bit of a tower moment in the heart space because 5-5 does mean big changes ahead. Now, Five of Cups is a bit of grief. And I think what it is, it's like, you know, you're grieving your old life. You can't have the new unless you let go of the old. And it's going to require you to have a bit of grief. You know, I don't wish that for you, but at the same time, it's needed to make some moves. And so let's see what's going on spiritually. Well, you got 5-5-5. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. Okay, so you are leaving behind an old cycle spiritually. And you can't make this up. Knight of Pentacles, you've got to trust the process. I mean, wow, what can I say? Trust the process. And with that, we have the Three of Swords. There is some sadness here. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling emotional, it's because, again, you're grieving the old and you really need to trust that process. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this for you. Now, Karma card here is so interesting because this is the Judgment card in this deck. And, you know, I look at that XX and it's 10-10. Now, funny, I mentioned XX recently as in like kisses in a reading. And I feel like that energy is coming back up again for whatever reason. I don't want to say, it's going to sound so cheeky, no pun intended, but it's almost like a kiss my rear, as in like letting things go of the past. You know, it's almost like I've had enough and I'm going to make a decision. I've got a wake up call and let's see what happens. Now, this card also shows an eclipse energy. And for some reason, I'm reminded of the eclipse that's coming up in April. And please don't quote me, but I think it's April 8th. And it's in Aries. And I think it's going to be very significant. It's going to be very changing for you. And I think from now until that eclipse, you're going to see some major shifts happening in your life. Now, let's take a look at the Power of Surrender cards here to see what you need to surrender or surrender to at this new moon. And we have, well, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. Well, if you chose deck number 1, I hope that this resonates with you. I know that you're going through a lot right now, but everything really will be a-okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these cards away and we're going to go to deck number 2 and we'll see what's going on there. Okay, so if you chose deck number 2, let's take a look at the overall messages. And by the way, if you did choose deck number 1, please let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. Let's take a look at deck number 2. Earth Dog, reconnect with ancestral love. Interesting. Water Pig, being in the flow. And Water Horse, a path to independence. Wow, that's really beautiful. You know, when I'm looking at these messages, it's telling me that we need to move forward, you know, being in the flow of things. Yes, you can reconnect with ancestral love, as in maybe your spirit guides or people that have passed, you know, that you were very close to. You have to know that you can do it. And I feel like for some of you, you might be looking for signs, maybe from past loved ones, that you've got this. And you do. You have to believe in yourself. That's the key here. So let's take a look at what else we need to know. Let's see what's going on in your headspace for this new moon in 111. Queen of Pentacles, you are thinking about stability. You're thinking about your long-term goals. Oh, now I have a kitty cat that wants to meow. She's thinking about her goals too. Oh my Lord, as soon as I start to film. 8 of Pentacles is telling us that we have work to do. She's telling us there's work to do. Get a move on. And the Queen of Swords is saying we need to make some boundaries. Okay? And with that, we have healing. We've got to heal from the past. So we have to strive for the stability, do the work, but that means making the boundaries, cutting things out that no longer serve you, and going through the healing process. Now, in the heart space, we have 10 of Pentacles, tangible wish fulfillment. You want to have it all, and why shouldn't you? And with that, we have the Ace of Wands. There is a spark of some sort of passion here. I'm really thinking about that Venus and Sagittarius here, because that's that freedom, that passion, that openness. Yeah, the Knight of Swords says, let's go for it. Move forward and swiftly. Go on an adventure. I mean, Sagittarius energy is so adventurous. I mean, let's hop on that motorbike and go for a ride. And the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration and working together and going to the next level. You know, this could be an opportunity in your heart space for some new love. You know, maybe you are reconnecting with some sort of past love. But again, if you are, it's got to be an energy that comes in correct. And let's see what's going on here in the spiritual space. Okay, we have, yeah, throw caution to the wind, Page of Wands. That's like, enjoy life. Go for it. Don't hold yourself back. Ascend. There's the Chariot. Full speed ahead. All systems go. Victory. And you got to get out of that Five of Swords. That's the conflict of like, what do I do? How do I do this? It's like worrying about the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And there's the King of Pentacles. It's a long road, but you're going to get there. Funny, you were thinking about stability in your headspace. Well, here's the counterpart, the King of Pentacles, that says, I'm abundant. Yeah, it's been a long road. You know, it's interesting. I'm looking at the dog in this picture and the dog over here. I don't know why I feel a connection to a dog, maybe a past dog. Interesting. Okay, let's take a Power of Surrender card for deck number 2 here. Let's see what we need to know. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Well, I really hope this resonates with you. Please let me know in the comments if this does. I'm very curious. The energy is interesting today. You know, I feel the wind blowing. Excuse me. I feel the wind blowing. There's a shift in the energy. It's odd, yet not bad. You know, it's just, there's something different in the air. So I'm curious to know how you're all feeling. So I'm going to put these cards away and we're going to go to deck number 3. And we'll see what messages are there. Okay. So if you chose deck number 3, let's look at the overall messages. The High Priestess, true knowledge, peace, inner light. There's a dog in this picture too. Interesting. Number 13. I don't know if number 13 is significant to you. I like number 13. I'm not superstitious, so one of my favorite numbers actually. But interesting. There's a dog theme. Somebody might be connecting to some dog energy. I mean, the dog is considered supportive and loyal. Can be a soulmate energy. The personality triangle, personality, nature, mindfulness. Interesting. Everything is connected, right? Oh, I got a kitty cat that wants to come back here. Yes, my love. I'm sorry. Not right now. Okay. Let's see. Okay. mercy, abundance, gratitude, big ideas. I'm getting very strong like Emperor vibes here. You know, you've really got to trust your intuition right now. The knowledge is coming in. Connect with nature. Be mindful of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions. Because if you want that abundance, you've got to be in gratitude. You've got to have the big ideas. You've got to think big. Let's take a look in your, oh, well, let's see, what was this card? In your headspace, the King of Cups. Oh, I love that. King of Cups is all about being in tune with your emotions. Feel those desires. There's a tangible new beginning. That's the manifestation. And Nine of Wands, I know you've been through battle and you're saying to yourself, oh my goodness, can I really do this? Can I really have this? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And there's the Hanged Man energy. It's almost like you have been feeling like you were in limbo. You've been feeling stuck, and now something is going to sort of jolt you forward, I believe. And, oh, interesting. Jolt. I don't know where I got that from. I was thinking about that word this morning, jolt. Yeah, a jolt of energy. Wow. Because look, oh my goodness, there's the jolt and there's the enlightenment. It's coming right down the line here. There's that truth. Okay, in your heart space, we have here, I can't make it up, High Priestess. You're getting signs and synchronicities. And the Lovers in your heart space. Wow. Deep soul connection, a decision in love. Very spiritual. The Magician. Be very mindful of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions because they manifest. We need clear communication. And the Seven of Wands. Are you on the offensive or are you on the defensive? Is your heart closed or is it open? And I mean truly open. Now, in your spiritual sense here, we have the Death card, Death and Rebirth. You're going through a major spiritual change. And with that, we have here the Four of Swords. You're healing. Right after that Death card, that transformation, you're going through a major healing process. And yeah, you're healing a broken heart. There's been things that have made you sad, and whether that's leaving friends behind or, you know, relationships or a career, whatever it is, you're going through a major change and you just got to stop overthinking it. Let it happen naturally. I mean, I'm going to go back to deck number 1 and say, you've really got to trust the process. What else can you do? Okay, let's take a look at the Power of Surrender card. What do you need to surrender or surrender to? Surrender your desire to control people. Okay, being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. I really hope this resonates with you. If you're still here listening from deck number 1 and 2, I really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments if it resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. If you'd like a 2024 Tarot and Oracle forecast or love forecast, it's also available on my website. As always, thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing new moon and a 111 portal.